It was supposed to be just another Tuesday at Glenridge High School. Bell rings. Homework due, students slumped over desks, barely awake. No one expected a scene that would shake the school to its core, a moment that would forever change how. Students saw one quiet, soft-spoken teacher named Ms. Alara Benton. Asterisk, she wasn't the loud type. She didn't demand attention, nor did she raise her voice. But there was something strong in the way she carried herself, like she knew something the rest of the world hadn't figured out yet. Asterisk, that day, the entire school would learn what that something was. Ms. Benton had only been at Glenridge for 3 months. A former literature professor turned high school English teacher, she had transferred to the school after moving back to care for her ailing mother. She was calm, kind, and always treated her students with patience and quiet encouragement, even when they didn't return the favor, asterisk, and some of them didn't. Asterisk, especially a group of seniors, who had grown used to running the halls like they owned them. The ringleader was Brent Cooper, a tall, muscular football player with a cruel smile and too many teachers afraid to call him out. With him were 2 shadows, Marcus, who laughed at everything Brent did, and Zach, who recorded their antics on his phone for social media clout. Asterisk at first. They targeted Ms. Benton with petty mockery, snide comments about her old shoes, fake yawns, during lectures, and groans every time she entered the room. She ignored it, maintaining grace through their gears. But her silence only fueled their confidence. They wanted to break her. It escalated quickly. One day, she found her coffee cup filled with glue. Another time, her car tires had been let down in the staff parking lot. She reported it. School shrugged. Boys will be boys, the assistant principal had muttered. Asterisk, but the final straw came on a cloudy afternoon during Spirit Week. When students had gathered in the quad for an outdoor pep rally, asterisk, Brent and his goons had something planned, something cruel, something public. Ms. Benton was walking across the quad, holding a stack of books for her next class. As she passed a crowd of seniors, Brent tripped her. Books scattered. Laughter erupted. But that wasn't enough for him. He stepped forward, towering above her as she knelt on the pavement, trying to collect her things. Asterisk, you're already down there, he smirked. Why don't you beg us not to do it again? Asterisk, the students around them laughed, some nervously, others cruelly. Phones were out. Cameras rolling. Asterisk, for a moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Asterisk, and then slowly, Ms. Benton rose to her feet. There was silence. Asterisk, something had shifted. Her shoulders no longer slouched. Her eyes, usually soft, were now locked, burning with a kind of fire no one had ever seen before. Asterisk, Brent opened his mouth to say something, but didn't get the chance. Asterisk, with lightning precision, Ms. Benton ducked. Under his outstretched arm, pivoted on her heel, and slammed him to the ground with a clean judo throw. The crowd gasped. Marcus lunged toward her, but she sidestepped, grabbed his jacket, and flipped him hard onto the grass. Zach raised his phone too late. Asterisk, in less than 10 seconds. 3 seniors were on the ground, breathless, shocked, defeated. Security came running, but it was already over. Ms. Benton stood still, her breathing calm, her hair slightly out of place, but her spirit unwavering. She looked down at the boys, not with anger, but something worse. Pity. The video, of course, went viral. Asterisk, teacher takes down bullies in seconds. Asterisk, she made them kneel. Asterisk, don't mess with Ms. B. Asterisk, it was everywhere. The school district had no choice but to act. But instead of reprimanding her, they finally listened. Her formal reports, her documented complaints, witness statements, students who had been too afraid to speak before finally came forward. Asterisk, Brent, Marcus, and Zach were suspended. Later, it came out that they had harassed others, 2 girls in lower grades, special needs students, even a janitor. Ms. Benton had pulled the veil off their reign of fear. Asterisk, she had done what no one else had dared to do. A week later, was back in her classroom. Students who had once mocked her now watched with respect, even admiration. She didn't talk about what happened. She didn't need to. The lesson had already been taught. But But something else began to change. Her room became a safe haven. Students who felt small, overlooked, or scared started sitting in her class during lunch. She welcomed them.
Ow.
She helped them find their voices. And in time, Glenridge High began to feel a little less like a jungle and a little more like a community. She never boasted, never bragged. But when a quiet girl named Leanna came to her crying about being bullied in the locker room, Ms. Benton only smiled gently and handed her a quote from Maya Angelou. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Leanna taped it inside her locker. So did others. In the years that followed, Ms. Benton became more than just a teacher. She became a mentor, protector, and a quiet symbol of strength. She didn't need armor. She had resilience. She didn't need loud words. She had presence. She didn't need revenge. She had purpose. Final message. To the world. Miss Benton had once looked small, just another quiet woman in a thankless job. But when bullies tried to force her to kneel, they forgot one thing. You can only push someone so far before they rise. And when she rose with every silent person who ever felt powerless. She rose with purpose, with dignity. And she knocked injustice out cold.